You know one thing I love? I love mornings. Mornings can make or break your day. I love the routine. I love the possibility. I love the potential that a new morning holds. So what about you? Do you love mornings or do you dread mornings? I know we see a lot of internet memes out there about Mondays and waking up in the morning and having to go to work, and a lot of people dread their day. How do you feel about them? If you dread them, what is it you're struggling with when it comes to the mornings? What is it that you struggle with the most? Is it sticking to some sort of routine? Is it not getting enough sleep the night before and then feeling horrible and not being able to wake up on time? What is it that you struggle with the most? Let me know. Taryn says she loves mornings as well. You know, it's funny. First of all, welcome. Coffee with Dr. Scott. New time, 9:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. A little weird for me to be drinking coffee this time, but I really, really like it. Yesterday I did my normal morning routine and I did an extra show. Today I did a whole brand new morning routine based on doing the show here at 9:30, and I'm thrilled with my new morning routine, which is why I want to talk about it today. It opened up a whole bunch of new potential for me to do the show now at 9:30. Now, I've been doing the show at 7 a.m. for a year and 8 months now, and almost every day. I mean, 90% of the days I was there unless I was traveling or on vacation or something. So I had gotten into a very good morning routine, and I was thrilled with it. By no means did I feel like I was in a rut with my morning routine. There was nothing about it I didn't like. I loved the way it went. I loved doing the show at 7 a.m., going and taking care of the kids and doing it. So again, I didn't feel like I was in a rut. But now that I changed it, I realized how much more was available to me. So there was a good lesson in it to me for these last couple of days, because my morning routine, and we're going to talk about simplicity here in just a second, my morning routine actually got simpler by not having to do the show, which opened up more time to figure out what was most important to me, to do what is important to me. And by opening up that time and allowing something to create a gap, to create some margin, and allowed me to figure out what was most important to fit in that time, really, really made me happy. So right now I am, just to share with you a little bit, there's one thing that I've been thinking about with the kids is that they should be doing a little bit of homework with their mother or I, some of their spelling or some of their math or something that we didn't have enough time to do with the previous routine. And number two, they both want to be competitive as athletes, and myself as a father wants to be not overly demanding of them, but also wants to make sure that they get their skill practice in every day. So we've split it up that 3 days a week they're going to be playing basketball, 3 days a week they're going to be doing a speed routine. And it's just 10 to 12 minutes. But it's 10 to 12 minutes I didn't have before in my morning routine. And now I can go out. This morning we went out and did their skills routine, and it was nice to spend 12 minutes with them in the morning playing a game, which I wouldn't have had time to before. And again, I didn't feel like that was a rut, but it was pretty well set up. So I had to talk to them last night and say, all right, 7 o'clock we wake up. 7:15 you're on the basketball court. 7:30 we're done. We're inside. You guys are doing your hair. I'm cooking your breakfast. 8 o'clock we're eating breakfast. 8:20 we're out the door. And we actually rode our bikes this morning to school, even though they don't have school until Thursday. We rode our bikes to school, played in the parking lot for 10 minutes, which would be the normal time I would spend there with them, getting them all settled in. And then we rode our bikes home just so I could see how this felt. So I got home about 8:45, gave me plenty of time to do a little coaching work, and then get over here on the show. So for me, my new morning routine is outstanding. It was weird for me thinking that I was going to change the time of the show, but this is when the show is going to be, 9:30 a.m. every weekday morning for Coffee with Dr. Scott. It also opened up a little more time for my workout to add a couple of gymnastics things that I've been wanting to focus on too, and I wasn't able to. And previously, sometimes I had to finish my workout later. Now I know I'm going to have enough time to finish out my workout, so I can actually shower and be ready for the day and not have to go back and shower again. Now, I do have the garage door open today, so if you can hear the trucks going by, my apologies. But it's such a nice day, and like I said, it's usually dark outside when I'm doing the show. Today it's not, so I have the door open. Anyways, lots of good things about doing the show this time of day. Let's get back to you. Let's get back to morning routines. So are you having trouble sticking to your morning routine? If you are, I completely understand that. I mean, there are a zillion different morning routine programs out there. I've looked at all of them. I've studied all of them. I like knowing that stuff. But you want to know a secret? The reason most of them don't work for you is because they don't focus on this one principle. The one principle I want to share with you today when it comes to your morning routine. And that is less is more. Now, I just told you I was able to add a couple things to my morning routine this morning and yesterday morning, but the reason that is because those were things that were important to me that I wasn't able to fit in before. So by doing less, by moving some stuff, I was able to put those important things in there. I'm a very simple guy. I firmly believe that simplicity is the key to success. That's the way I work with my clients. That's the way I handle my mornings. Mornings are not the time to stress yourself out running from this to that and trying to fit in thousands of components. And again, earlier I said that I didn't have time to fit other stuff in there, but I was never stressed in my morning routine. That was the reason I didn't have time to fit more stuff in there. It wasn't like I was like, time's up, we're going. I have some margin built into it, so I was never stressed. But if I had to add something, I would have been, and that's why I never added those things. I mean, who really wants to get up 4 hours earlier than they have to just to complete a morning routine? Did you just answer out loud? I think I heard you out in the streets with a loud, not me. Well, yeah, I would have answered the same way. I don't want to wake up that early either. So here's the deal. If you want to learn to love mornings as much as I do, and you actually want to create a morning routine that you can stick with, stop believing all that junk out there about doing 30 different things every morning and every night before. That's right. I said stop doing some of those things. Here's the key to having a great morning. Do less. Even if you have things that you need to get done, the first thing you do is remove some of the stuff that you're already doing. Do less. The morning routine program that I developed has less than actually 10 things that you have to focus on or actually do in the mornings. Less than 10, not 30. And that's the key to sticking with it. When you stick with it, you create an entirely, you create an entirely new feeling about mornings. Now, I'm not going to go through all the benefits of a morning routine. If you don't understand how important they are, especially if you have kids. You know, and it's funny, I hear a lot of parents tell me, I don't have time for a morning routine because I have kids. You know, I can't remember the old adage there, but that's more reason why you need a morning routine. Not just for you, but for your kids as well. I also hear a lot of parents complaining about their kids forgetting something or not doing something else or whatever. The key for them is to have a good morning routine. You'll be less likely that they forget. Now, trust me, that doesn't mean they won't forget stuff. That doesn't mean they'll forget to do things that they're supposed to do. My kids are no better, trust me. But with the routine, I wouldn't say they're no better. They are better. They're less likely to forget those things. So if you have kids, it's even more reason to get a morning routine. And maybe you do have to get up a little earlier, at least before the kids, to take care of yourself first. You know, I always give the same analogy as far as when you're on an airplane. They say if the oxygen mask falls down, put yours on first before helping others. Same thing here. You got to get up a little earlier, at least a half an hour, to do a couple things. Move in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a full workout or just a little walk with a dog or a little stretching, a little yoga, something to get your body moving. 2, get a little nutrition in there. 3, do some journaling or some quiet time and think about your day and plan your day out. If you just do those 4 things, and there's more you could do, but again, do less. If you just do those 4 things before the kids wake up, and then you get the kids into a nice little routine and they know how to do some of that stuff by themselves, you're going to do a lot better. So realize that even with kids, it's more likely that you need a morning routine. So I'll say this. If you dread mornings, you're not doing something right. If you wake up in the morning just knowing that your day's about to go to hell, you're not doing something right. Again, I told you earlier, I love the possibility of a morning. I love the potential of a morning. Now, trust me, I have those days too, where something goes wrong in my morning routine or shortly after my morning routine, and the rest of the day is shot. It happens. But every morning, I usually get to make that choice. Sometimes something will happen to us, right, and change us off course. But every morning is when you get to have that possibility. That stuff hasn't happened yet. It's quiet. You get to choose how you start your morning. So again, if you're dreading it, you're not doing it right. There's a much better way, and it will positively affect your entire day. It'll affect your energy levels. It'll affect your mood. It'll affect your productivity. All of it. It'll affect the way you treat your spouse or your kids. So if you dread mornings, or if you've tried different morning routine programs and then you quit them because they just weren't doable, you need to click the little link down below. Get access to my Dominate Your Day program. It'll completely change your view of your mornings and will also completely change your mornings, which has the potential to completely change your entire day, which obviously the more days in a row that you dominate has the potential to change your life. And it's free, so you really have nothing to lose. So go ahead, click that link down below, get access to that morning routine program. Tomorrow morning I will be back live here at 9:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time to discuss one of the biggest productivity killers and how to stop that productivity killer. Wednesdays are our productivity days. So make sure you hop back on tomorrow with me in the morning and catch that, the productivity killers and how to stop them. We also have some more planned for you tomorrow, so don't miss it tomorrow. Have a great day today, and make sure you click that link down in the comments to access your Dominate Your Day program.